Okay, so Prismatic Evolutions was released about 6 months ago, so we're going to go ahead and do a pricing update on all of the current sealed products that are available. Starting off with the Elite Trainer box, this is currently around $115. As you can tell from the 6-month graph, it had a little bit of a run up, and then it kind of leveled out, has been coming down a bit more recently. We'll have to see how much of this they actually end up printing, but it seems like the average print cycle for anything Pokemon that's more hyped lasts at least 2 years. And we're only 6 months in, so probably another year and a half at least of them printing this. As far as pricing goes, I could see this doing a similar thing to what Hidden Fates did, where Hidden Fates was never really available for MSRP on the secondary market. When they did the last print wave where they released a bunch of ETBs and tins, I want to say the ETBs got down to about $120 on the secondary market. I don't know if I saw them much cheaper than $120, but there were also no Pokemon Center ETBs at the time, and I think Pokemon's going to print way more of this than they did for Hidden Fates. Next, we have the Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box. These are currently going for around $240, $250. If we look at the last 6 months, these have come down quite a bit recently. A couple sales at $235 plus shipping, so around $250 seems to be the average. And it looks like that's the lowest they've ever been. Pretty sure they also had a recent drop on the Pokemon Center website, over 100 sales the past couple weeks. Next, we have the surprise box. This is currently going for around $60. These shot up like crazy, selling for over $100 for a little bit and then have come back down. They all have similar graphs as far as where they drop and then will kind of level out and then have dropped quite a bit the past few weeks. Next, we have the binder collection, which comes with 5 packs. These are currently selling for around $70. A lot of people selling just the binder, but these never came back quite as hard as what they were initially selling for. Again, you have this little spike here, came way down. The low on this was 60, and then again has been dropping a little bit over the past couple weeks. Next, we have the poster collection box, which comes with 3 packs. Looks like this is selling for around $38. Similar graph to the binder collection box. This is the only item that hasn't really been dropping the past couple weeks. Looks like it's been staying about the same. Next, we have a mini tin display case. These are selling for around $218. These have had some crazy price swings over the past 6 months, but it looks like these have stayed a bit lower and have leveled out over the past couple weeks. Next, we have the booster bundles. These come with 6 packs. These haven't been out for quite 6 months, but again, big old spike and then have leveled out around $80, which price per pack ratio is a little ridiculous. And these are probably one of their easiest products to print because there's no promos, stickers, coins, anything like that. Next, we have the Accessory Pouch Special Collection box, which is currently going for $60. These also haven't been out for quite 6 months, but you can tell they just released a bunch of these in stores over the past few weeks just because of how many sales have happened over the past couple weeks. Over 200 sales, and from how much the price has dropped. Next, we have the 2-pack blister with the Eevee promo. These are currently going for around $28. They've come up a little bit in price over the past couple weeks, but it's just 2 packs and the promo's nothing too crazy. And lastly, this product hasn't been released yet, but the Super Premium Collection. These are currently pre-sailing for around $290. And pre-sales for this went up at the beginning of March and have only dropped in price since then. So pretty much every product that we've looked at has been at least double MSRP. Some of them are more than double MSRP. Like the MSRP for this is supposed to be $90, and this is over 3 times that much. And supposedly Pokemon's supposed to be printing a ton of these. So depending on how many they actually print of these and how they distribute them, like if sites like the Pokemon Center, Best Buy, Target, Walmart limit them to 1 to 2 items per person for the online pre-orders, then I think most people would be able to get these at a decent price. If most of the other products are around double MSRP, I could see this coming down to $180 possibly. I don't know if the Elite Trainer boxes are ever going to get below $100 on the secondary market, even if they print a ton of them, which I'm sure they will. I think Elite Trainer boxes and booster bundles are probably what they're going to print the most of. Also, Pokemon made that statement earlier this year that they are going to print to demand, and I believe that came out back in January, and we know it takes about 6 to 8 months for them to actually print and distribute things at a higher volume when they announce something like that. But I think they made that decision 2 months earlier when Surging Sparks came out. So I think around June or July is when we're going to see a lot more stock hit the market in stores and online. So if you can't find any products in stores, I think joining an online Discord or something that sends you notifications when items drop might not be a bad idea to get into maybe around the beginning of June. Because of all websites that have these drops, like the Pokemon Center, Target, Walmart, Best Buy, all limit the amount of items you can purchase when they do their drops, and then they also have way more product available on those drops. That would probably be your best chance to be able to get some of this stuff at a decent price. But we'll just have to wait and see, because if we're going to get reprints for Journey Together and Destined Rivals, those are probably also going to take a little more time. And if Pokemon printed around 12 billion cards last year, it'll be interesting to see how much they can actually bump up that number realistically by the end of this year. But yeah, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. If you could like and subscribe, that would be awesome. And I will see you in the next one.